Yes, friends, I hope you guys are well. Life is good. I'm here in the cafe slash shop. There's a mixture of a cafe, a shop, a bakery, and it opens till late. I've just dropped a customer off in the city center, and I thought it's a good time to give you guys an update on my progress, struggle in giving up cigarettes, and just catching up properly as I've not been consistent with my daily videos that I have always been doing in the past. But sometimes you need to take a step back and just re-energize and what have you. Life is good, guys, for the most part. I've just dropped the customer off. A very interesting customer. She actually owns a McDonald's franchise. She was younger than me, but very inspiring, and we had a great chat in the car. And it gives you motivation to better yourself and what have you. But we obviously, everyone comes from different circumstances. We don't know the details. Some people, they have their parents, they have money behind them, inheritance, and so on. But we can all better ourselves individually, relevant to our circumstances. And I've been struggling. I've been struggling with cigarettes, especially in the morning when I get up and have my coffee. It's a struggle. I end up buying one or two and I'd smoke it. And then I'd regret it because from the morning after them two cigarettes up until the next day, I can control myself. I don't want a cigarette, even though I may have the urges and I do have the urges. But for some reason, the mornings seem to be the strongest of urges and I just relapse. So the plan is that from tomorrow, I'm gonna wake up, still have my coffee, not gonna go and change my routine, but I'm gonna fight these urges and let it pass and then carry on to the next day. And I will possibly just get to the gym a bit more often and be physically more active just to get rid of them urges for the initial day or two or three until the height of it is gone, and then hopefully with the right mindset that I've used in the past for 3 months straight. It's an evil drug, friends, and those of you who have smoked cigarettes or anything to do with nicotine, whether it's pouches under the gums or vaping, the struggles. It's a very hard addiction, and I would never thought I'd relapse, but I did, and here I am. But the good and positive thing is that if you are also struggling with it as well, envision yourself that you're not a smoker and that you're a healthy person. You don't need this addiction in your life, and you're gonna live a natural life. And whatever you envision, that's what you shall become. And that's the way that I'm going about it. And the disappointment and so on, it is what it is. It's life. I'm a human, and it's an evil cancerous stick. It's an addiction that's one of the hardest, one of the most addictive drugs known to mankind. So that's why I can't be too harsh on myself as well, but that does not mean that it's okay to have a cigarette or two a day. So I am no longer a smoker. So that's the end of it, and I'll be updating you guys on that progress. And addictions doesn't, it don't care what problems you have in life, and life continues, whether it's finances, work, your family, looking after your kids. All of these stuff are happening. Anxiety about the future, anxiety about tomorrow. So sometimes having faith in God is, it's amazing that you leave it in God's hands. Whatever may be will be. It's not the controllables. You leave the uncontrollables to God. If you're not a person of faith, to the universe, whatever. And yeah, it relieves the pressure, and that knowing that you're doing the right things in life and you're on the right path, basically, that also helps as well. And life is good, friends. I'm here having another super malt. I like this drink, and it's been about 2 weeks, I think. I haven't had one, so I'm treating myself. As after this video, I'm gonna go back out and do a few more hours of Uber before I get to bed. I usually want to finish before midnight. I don't work past midnight. I like to get some sleep in. And Uber is, quiet as well. on weekdays, and the pay they give you is ridiculous. But sometimes you just have to crack on, cherry pick, as they say. Make sure you don't accept anything they just send you, make sure it pays per mileage and your time. And that's what I've been doing, and it seems to be working for me so far. Also, Uber is, they are very cunning when it comes to drivers' pay. They are very deceitful in many cases where a customer may tip you and you will not see it. And the same customer that you'd pick up, they would vouch that they had tipped you, but you would not receive it. So obviously you can't be 100% sure because either party could not be truthful, or sometimes the algorithm may make mistakes. I'm not sure, but it's a crazy company in terms of greed when it comes to paying drivers, a decent amount for the work they do and the expenses that they have as drivers. But nonetheless, friends, we must do what we need to do to pay the bills, and also, always be on this hustle vibe in terms of making sure that you have many streams of income if possible, and not solely rely on a job. In this day and age here in the UK, things are, not easy in terms of cost of living, inflation. Every April things are going up. Your wages, your wages are here, and the cost of living and inflation is here. So it's not catching up, and that is the problem. But you're living the same life, but the wages are not growing, and the government and the taxman, they want more of it as well, and they also sometimes chill out and think about ways of taxing us more. And if they can't, they will increase the tax on existing taxes. This is the reality that we live, that we live in as ordinary working class people. And it's hard and it's sad at the same time. But at the same time, you got to be grateful for what you have, and we have relative peace, and we have peace, and but at the same time, you're on a hamster wheel. You're always trying to pay the bills, and it's never ending. It's never ending, and it's depressing. Sometimes you see on the news with these protests, these racist thugs on the streets, and anti-immigrant sentiments and foreigners and all this nonsense, and you just look at them, majority of them, and when I mean majority, maybe 98% of them are poor working class backgrounds, and they have problems in their life, and they just want to vent, or they feel like they've found a good cause for them to feel like they are doing something right, or they just express themselves, the hatred that they carry and the racism. It's a nasty situation at the moment we have here in the UK, and all you can do is just be aware of it, protect yourself and your family, and just concentrate on yourself and control the controllables. That's all we can do, friends. Let me know what you guys think of this sort of relapse I'm going through and how I'm going about stopping it. It's not easy, but nonetheless, it's nice to catch up with you guys, and I'll be checking in with you guys, I'm hoping regularly from tomorrow.